Hey everyone, welcome to House Call. I'm Dr. Ruben Brock. I am here with Danny Miller as always for another episode of House Call. And really the only thing
Super Bowl edition.
the only thing on my mind today is the Super Bowl, which is weird because I ain't watched the Super Bowl.
None of it?
I didn't watch a single play.
Really?
Honestly, yesterday, here's what's funny. Dara and I, we got Carmine's, right? Carmine.
Really?
You're not supposed to have, it's not an S in it at the end. It's just Carmine.
Carmine.
Right? So we went because we wanted some soul food. So we went and got Carmine.
It's so good. What'd you get?
Fried chicken, catfish, yams, greens. The greens were fire.
I can't do greens.
I couldn't do greens either until about a year ago.
Really?
And all of a sudden now I like greens.
Wow.
So yeah, mac and cheese, yams, and there was another side. What was the third side?
Beans.
No. Oh yeah, mac and cheese, yams, and greens. Those are the three sides, and cornbread. So like, honest to goodness, down home black people food.
Yeah.
So we're ordering this food. We ordered so much food, and then I was like, we need to watch a movie. So we wanted to watch a movie, and we watched. She picked. I didn't pick it, but she picked. Have you seen American Skin?
I started it. I haven't finished it yet.
It's good.
So good. So far, yeah.
Yeah, so we watched American Skin. But what was funny is I was like, wait, I think the Super Bowl's today. It never even crossed our minds to watch the Super Bowl.
Darren either?
No.
So she doesn't watch football anymore?
But I think she does that in solidarity with me. So, yeah. So neither of us watched the Super Bowl. I literally didn't even watch a highlight. I didn't watch a single play, nothing.
Did you know who was playing in the Super Bowl?
I knew Tom Brady was in the Super Bowl.
Did you know he was playing for the Buccaneers?
I know he played for one of them teams.
Wait, still right now you didn't know he played for the Buccaneers?
The response on my face, that was real. He plays for the Buccaneers now?
Yeah, he does.
I knew he didn't play for the Patriots anymore.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I got.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm even though I have absolutely no interest in watching the game, I do think it's interesting. Yeah. There's a lot of it that's interesting to me. So for example, here's my, and you're better than me at answering these questions because you like sports way more than me. But why? So they talk about Tom Brady and he's like the greatest ever, and that's the whole thing now. It's like, all right, he's the GOAT, right? Here's my question. When you talk about all this GOAT stuff, because people are now talking about, is he the greatest athlete that ever lived? People have been saying that.
The greatest athlete.
The greatest champion. They're like, because he has more championships now than Jordan. But I'm like, so does Kareem. I don't understand why is that? Why do they only, they talk about certain people, but they, like, you don't hear them talking about Kareem. You don't hear them talking about like Bill Russell. And like doesn't Wilt Chamberlain have like a bazillion championships or something like that? I don't understand why.
I really don't know how many championships he has.
I don't understand why. Like, for example, why do they talk about Jordan but not Kareem? Because Kareem has more championships. I'm pretty sure he has more everything. Like, I saw something one time that said, like showed the stats. Like, Kareem has more of all the, MVPs, and I mean, that's not my bag. So, yeah. But I'm saying, when I looked at it, I was like, well, I don't. I legitimately don't understand. I get it that like Jordan was amazing and fun to watch and all that stuff, but shouldn't it just be objective? See, this is me, my analytical mind having a problem with some of this stuff. Like, why? How does anyone do that? How do y'all do, sports people out in the world? Help me understand. I don't get it.
It's a feeling that Jordan gives people, like that feeling of greatness. You can count all the championships you want, but Jordan has this greatness, this legendary status, this aura about him, I think.
Okay.
So I think that's why people were considering picking Jordan over Kareem. Jordan dominated.
But I don't even hear anyone talking about Kareem. It's always, is it Jordan or is it LeBron? I don't even hear people say Kareem. Why? I don't understand. Because Kareem, the last time I cared about sports, I was watching, this is the truest of true stories. The last time I truly had an interest in a basketball game was the time that Jordan beat Magic and Kareem.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was heartbroken because that was my squad.
The Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
But you didn't like Jordan?
No, I hated Jordan because
Why?
he beat my team.
Really?
Yeah. I never, not for a single day ever rooted for Jordan because I never forgave him for beating. I love.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. I've never rooted for. Now I can recognize that I don't think there's anybody better than him. But if I saw him, I'd probably kick him in the knee.
Except maybe LeBron. I think LeBron's better than him.
Is he really?
I mean, LeBron can play any position.
But here's my thing. This is me. The nerd in me will come out here. I don't have any care about that. I can't find a way to care about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I respect. Here's my thing. I respect LeBron James more than I respect Kareem because of what he. No, sorry.
Jordan.
I respect LeBron more than I respect Jordan, but that's because of my value system.
Mm-hmm.
My value system, basketball is just, your job. That's the thing that you're good at.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, good for you. Be the best at it. That's impressive. But I want to know who you are as a person.
Yeah, LeBron has shown that.
Yeah, and to me, that's
so has Michael Jordan.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan has made it clear that he prioritizes winning and making money.
Right.
And that's cool.
Yeah. But LeBron, man.
But LeBron, he be making schools. You know what I mean?
I want to know, Michael Jordan is around. I haven't heard him say anything. I was going to say, what would Michael Jordan be like today?
Yeah, Michael Jordan's still alive. He's out here making money, making shoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, still doing the same thing.
And so my thing is like, that's cool. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. So much respect for greatness because that's how I think. Being the best at something is an achievement in and of itself.
Yeah. And
so I respect that. I respect the fact that like Tom Brady, everybody was like, Tom Brady cannot win this game. It's not possible with this team. I see headlines, people talking about it. I see it on Facebook. And then he went, I didn't watch, but apparently he must be pretty good because
he's nice, man.
Is my shirt? See? I didn't even button my top button.
I thought she was going for the extra fly look.
No, I don't like that.
I was kind of feeling all nice inside, looking at your chest muscles flexing as you talk.
So anyway,
yeah, nah. Look, you talking about Tom Brady being the greatest? I don't know, man.
I respect the fact that he could leave the Patriots because my belief a year ago would have been, yeah, but his team is stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Then he loses that team.
But I don't know that he ever really had a fully stacked team.
Really?
He always played with average receivers, except for when he had like Randy Moss.
I was gonna say, didn't he have Randy Moss at one point?
Yeah, Randy Moss a little, yeah. But I mean, his receivers over the years.
I feel like he had somebody else before that too. Why do I want to say?
I mean, he had Gronkowski as his tight end, which he still has Gronkowski.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he went to the Buccaneers. He retired. He
was
retired from the Patriots, and then Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers.
So he said, "I'll go."
Yep, he came back.
That's crazy.
Won a championship.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
This is all news to me. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's cool. I can respect that. I like man to man type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I tip my hat to the fact that you're that good.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah,
but
no, Tom Brady has those little short receivers, like slot receivers, that are real nice. Over the years, he's had them. But
okay, but it was never like a ridiculous team.
No.
Okay,
he's had like some good defenses and good lines and stuff, but he's just he's a spectacular kind of a player.
And that's a critique that I hear a lot when people compare Jordan and LeBron, right? That LeBron has put. Well, no. People say Jordan basically put teams on his whole back, like whole teams on his back, right?
But he's never won a championship without Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
So that's interesting too.
Yeah, because he was getting beat by the Pistons. That's when I was watching basketball.
Right. And basketball was probably, you could make an argument that basketball back then in the 80s, 90s when Jordan was coming through was more rough.
Yeah.
It was more rough than it is today.
Yeah, because they would like literally body you.
But these athletes today are way more talented than they were back in the day. Way more.
Oh, really?
Faster. Yeah, they're faster.
But that's how
bigger,
sports works.
Stronger.
That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
But this is why I hate when people talk about. I hate it. It's one of my pet peeves. I get on social media on a random day, let alone
People
the day
debating.
after the Super Bowl. It's always a debate about who was the best of this. Would Tyson beat Ali and blah blah blah. That stuff gets on my nerves.
The answer to that question is no.
Tyson even said he would not beat
Tyson
Ali.
he'll tell
Tyson
you that.
acknowledged that. Tyson, and for not that it matters, my opinion on sports, but I respect that. I respect the person who tips his hat to his elders. Because let's be honest, for real, you get in the ring and you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, I like that I've seen Mike Tyson be humble and acknowledge, no, like I stand on his shoulders. So I will never tell you that I'm better than him. Yeah. Right. And have you seen the videos of like somebody will say like Wilder, I think Deontay Wilder. Somebody said he would beat Tyson or whatever. Yeah. Somebody asked him.
I think that was Deontay Wilder.
And Tyson, somebody asked Tyson about it and he was like, that's what he's supposed to say. He's heavyweight champion, and you don't get there by believing you're not the best. Yeah, that's what I would have said back then too. I respect that. I respect that kind of like maturity and wisdom stuff. Way more than I respect the athletic part. Yeah, because I feel like the athletic part. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they all beat me in a game. You know what I mean? Like there ain't a single game. I probably wouldn't lose. I'd probably lose at checkers with Mike Tyson because I'd be shook. I'd be like, listen.
I got a triple jump right here that I'm not going
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because it's not worth it.
It's not worth
it. If he gets mad, it's over.
Yeah.
But what I respect is wisdom. That's what I respect more than anything. Yeah. And so like I like when I hear like just what I've seen from Mike Tyson in the last couple of years. I've just really admired it.
Me too.
Because he could be a totally different person. He could be a completely different person. But
he's very humble.
Yeah, he's grown into this really cool, humble, like dude. And what I love about that is you have to know in the back of your mind he would still knock you out.
Yeah, he's showing that still. Yeah, he's still out here fighting.
And I can respect that. Yeah. Like Jordan, I've seen like clips of Jordan, like right now today, somebody talks some smack and he'll get up and like I'll show you. Yeah. I still got it. I'm still Michael Jordan.
I mean,
he's old.
He's not. I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he's not in his 60s yet.
No, he's not in his 60s. But let me pause real quick. Hold on.
You about to do a commercial.
Listen.
Come on, man.
I have never been paid by Abita. I've never contacted Abita Root Beer. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a root beer person, you need to get on my level. This root beer,
it is good. It's real good.
It's out of control how good this root beer is. And what I love about it, I've been on this thing, because you know me, I'm like a soda drinker. That's what I should have. I'm pretty sure I have. If I don't have diabetes yet, it's coming.
That's a lot of sugar.
But what I love is that I get into now stuff that's made with cane sugar. I try to find stuff that doesn't have a bunch of like stuff in it. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, but this stuff is made in Louisiana with cane sugar, and the flavor is just ridiculous. If you drink this, you won't be able to like drink Barks and stuff like that anymore. You just won't. Yeah, it won't be possible.
I don't really like root beer, but that one's a good one.
It's ridiculous. So here's my thing. The Abita people, listen, don't let the numbers of this show fool you, okay? Everybody watches this show. They just don't tell you that. But listen, I swear it. I will mention this stuff every episode. if you send me 1 case of Abita per month. That's it.
That's all you want?
That's all. I don't even
You
care.
don't want a sponsor for the show?
That's the sponsorship. Send me a case of Abita. We'll call it even. You could have one.
That's not a good sponsorship, man. I'm thinking about money. Abita, send money.
Abita. 2 cases. Send me, that's my final offer. 2 cases of Abita, and I don't care how many viewers we end up with. I will keep on rocking with you. This is the best root beer ever.
It's in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's in Louisiana. But it makes me mad because of COVID, you can't find it anywhere. We had to like search heaven and earth to find a place that we could order from, and we ordered 3 cases. I dropped like $150 on.
Where do you usually get it?
The place right by your house in Bridgeville.
Like
there's a
warehouse.
place. Yeah, that
Beer warehouse or something. Really?
Yeah. Because you can't find it anywhere. But I asked, and they were like, "Yeah, COVID. People can't keep up with production. Blah blah blah. I can't find any of the cool stuff that I drink."
Yeah. You mess with orange cream soda?
See, I brought orange cream. I bought a thing of orange cream soda last week, and I didn't really love it.
Who?
It was
Pirates Keg, Stewart's.
Stewart's. It was Stewart's.
What'd you do with it?
I mean, I kept drinking them.
So they're gone.
They're gone. Yeah. Listen.
You said you didn't like it.
If I bring something that has sugar in it,
It's gone.
into this house,
It's gone.
you might as well chalk that up.
Yeah, I know, man. That's how
It's
you've always
gone.
been. You've always
Listen,
been like that.
I'll buy a whole bag, the family size, the big 5-pound bag of Swedish fish. Gone. I'll crush them.
A 5-pound.
Yeah.
Do you mess with the Sour Patch watermelons
I don't need
and
none
strawberries?
Of that. I don't need any of that tomfoolery. No.
Tomfoolery.
That's
but have you tried it?
No.
You haven't tried the
I've
watermelons or the
had them.
strawberries?
I've had them.
Both of them?
Yeah.
I feel like you
this
haven't.
is what I'm lying right now.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't.
No, the watermelon I definitely have. What else did you say?
Strawberry, which are better than the watermelons, in my opinion.
Sour strawberries. I don't think I've had that.
Yeah.
I might mess with that.
I'm going to bring some.
But here's the thing though. If it has sugar in it,
you're going to eat it.
I'm going to eat it.
Mm-hmm. That's when we would throw darts at my parents' house.
Listen.
That's how we would win.
Listen. We would play darts. Okay.
Yeah, every man for himself.
Yeah, it's 3 people and there's no teams. It's just every man for himself. I'm the worst one. Okay, easily I'm the worst one because that's just not my stuff. But if every now and again I would catch fire, and I would be on a roll, I'm just lighting them up, 20s, triple 20s, bang bang. They would be like, "Hey, Rube, you notice that candy jar?"
No, look.
They would get a bowl of candy and put it over by where we shoot.
Look, so you would throw the darts, right? We would throw the darts. You'd have to pull your darts out of the board, and then you got to walk around by this table. So our friend
at his mom's house.
Yeah, at my mom's house. So our friend Brian, when Ruben would start to get hot, he would just move that jar of candy closer to the edge of the table.
It's a wrap.
And you fell for it
every single time.
Listen,
right now.
And I would get so mad because I would need you sometimes to be heating up.
To throw him off.
To throw him off.
Because I'm leaving stuff open and give him an opportunity to come. Listen, I swear to you, my addiction to sugar is so bad.
Yeah, it is.
If you put a bowl of Swedish fish right here in front of me and said, the cameras are rolling, you can't mess with them, then I'm just getting fired.
You couldn't do it?
No.
You cut back for a little bit though, right?
I completely cut him out. Yeah, because I was like, the doctor told me you're about to die.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. I'm good. I got, my will is strong.
Yeah.
I cut it out. I would say 2 years, maybe. I lasted for probably 2 years.
Wow. I don't think I realized you lasted.
Oh
for 2
yeah,
years.
I lasted a long time. And then slowly but surely, life happens. You get a little, whatever.
Sugar happens. Yeah.
Beat.
Yeah.
And now I'm not as bad as I used to be.
No, you're not.
No.
I can see that.
No, I'm not. I used to keep it was Swedish fish and Twizzlers. I love cherry flavored anything. So I would get a bag of Swedish fish, the big 5-pound thing, and then I would get the big family size Twizzlers. And I can literally eat a bag of like a normal size bag of Twizzlers. I can eat that in one sitting.
What?
One sitting. Because I'll eat candy until my stomach hurts.
Damn.
That's bad.
That's gross, man.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be that old man with no teeth, like hiding candy in my bag.
But you still have like 0% body fat.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I just had this conversation with somebody the other day. They were like, Ruben, you're looking thin. I was like, yeah, I know. They were like, are you working out? I was like, no, it's because I don't have time to do anything. And when I don't do anything, I lose weight.
How much do you weigh?
160 right now.
I'm 170.
Really?
Yeah.
It
Remember I was 148?
Yeah. What did you do?
Started working out and just eating. But it was this overnight transformation.
Really?
I really, it's hard for me to explain it. Yeah. I started working out and
You
taking
got off of that
protein
stuff, huh?
shakes.
You got that crack, man. I'm telling you.
The crack. Those protein shakes, within...
Oh, you do protein shakes?
Yeah, within 14 days, I had gained like 20 pounds. I can't
do any of that stuff.
Really?
No.
Why?
Because, I'm hard-headed. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
If it's a new idea, I don't like it.
Yeah.
My automatic response is I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, there was a time when I was really trying to gain weight. Because I used to have real issues with weight. And I still, to this day, I probably weigh myself 2 or 3 times a day.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking to see?
I've had a complex about my weight forever.
But are you worried about getting too low?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the most you've ever weighed?
The most?
Yeah.
178.
When was that?
2 years ago.
I was going to say, was it when Dara was pregnant?
No, it wasn't that.
No?
Because that happened to you. You blew up when...
I was 200 pounds, Ruben. It was insane.
But no, I didn't get like sympathy weight.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think... No, you know what it was? Oh, wow. It was almost 2 years ago, but it was after Ella was born. Ella's 19 months. So right after Ella was born, almost 2 years ago, Dara's mom stayed here.
Yep.
Danny,
to help with the baby. Yeah, she had food. Yeah.
I had to legitimately tell Dara to ask her mom. No, let me say that right. I had to ask Dara to ask her mom to stop cooking.
Really?
Danny, I was walking around here full.
All the time.
24/7.
Man. How long did she stay?
It was bomb.
That was so cool for her to move in like that to help with the baby. It was the best thing
ever.
How long did she stay?
I want to say she stayed a month.
She stayed a whole month.
I feel like she did.
Damn.
I think it was a month.
I wonder if Mr. Keith was happy about that or if he was mad.
You called him Mr. Keith. I was like, who's Mr. Keith?
Yeah, I did.
I just call him Dad.
Well, yeah, he got the dad title with you.
Was he mad? No. They were just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
They came. I mean, they would fill the fridge up. Like just
He didn't stay too though, right?
No, he stayed. He might have stayed a week.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, I think. And then when they came when she was born, and I think he might have stayed a week, and then she stayed several weeks.
Yeah.
I think she stayed a month. Danny, it was the best thing ever. It was the best.
Except you gained all that weight.
But I wanted to gain weight, so I was actually happy.
Yeah.
But and I was getting nervous because I couldn't fit my clothes anymore.
But you don't work out?
No. Not anymore.
Why?
Pain. Because I have nerve damage, and I can do some stuff, but I've just found that like I run around enough in my life, and I'm up and down stairs. I mean, we have 3 flights of stairs in this house, so I'm always 4. 1, 2, 4 flights of steps to go from if I park my car to up here is 4 flights of steps.
Yeah.
So I do that enough carrying a baby that I never get like too far gone out of shape. And I mean, right now, if I took my shirt off, you'd be like, you don't work out.
Really? But you don't have a 6-pack though, do you?
Nah, I got about a 4-pack.
How is that even possible?
Genetics. I can't do anything about it. Believe me, I've tried. I can't do anything about it.
Your brother's weight has been steady too throughout the
Relatively,
years, right?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's just pure genetics.
It's insane.
But
Was your dad like that too?
my understanding is that I'm a little smidgen lighter than my dad was when he passed.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm a little taller than he was.
Mm-hmm.
But same kind of long, lean build.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so when my mother-in-law was here, she was cooking. I mean, and she was cooking 3 meals a day.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, like, I mean, we're talking about like hot breakfast, like go downstairs and there's eggs and bacon and stuff.
Yeah.
And then for lunch, it'd be like paninis or like, you know what I mean? Like
I would be straight fat. 'Cause
real,
I have no
like
control.
actual food.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd have like a rib roast for dinner.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, and what's funny is like people who don't live with me don't know this. I don't eat.
Yeah.
Like
No.
my meals are the smallest. You'll think when Dara makes my plate, you'll be like, is there like a school like a little schoolboy
Yeah.
in this house or something? Like
Yeah.
whose plate is that? Like Dara's mom would get legitimately upset
But how many times a day are you eating?
I probably eat 4 meals a day.
Well, yeah.
I've always been, small meals, more meals. And when I was really working hard, I was up to 5 meals a day. I just don't sit down. I just don't.
What's your ideal weight?
I would like to be 165.
165 of muscle? Or it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, just 165?
No, I would never want to lose my build. I couldn't handle that.
So what if you started losing the muscle, the definition?
I would
you'd start working out? What
Every
kind
time,
of workouts would you do?
Every time it's gotten a little soft. And there have been times like 4 or 5 years ago, I got a little soft and I could tell. And then I would just start doing like push-ups and sit-ups.
That's it? Just push-ups and sit-ups?
Yeah.
No cardio? No plyo?
No, because when I do any of that stuff, the weight melts off.
Damn.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And people think, oh, that must be so cool. No, it's a curse.
Yeah.
For a guy, I hated it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be talking about the Super Bowl.
We sure were.
But how we do that?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. The Super Bowl. What were we talking about?
Tom Brady being the greatest.
Tom Brady. Yeah.
But if I'm going to pick somebody, if I'm starting a team, I'm going to start it with Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
Not now, but like a young Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
So you don't watch anymore, right?
Nah. Not since 2016.
2016. When did I stop?
2015.
Okay.
You stopped because of Ray Rice incident.
Right.
I stopped because of
Kaepernick. I mean, that was the tipping point.
Yeah, that
for me.
sealed the deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But understand, so when people started protesting because of Kaepernick, I was like, I mean, I'm with y'all, but I already stopped watching football.
Yeah.
But truthfully, to me, I'm not protesting.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like, I'm done with the NFL till they do right by X, Y, or Z.
Right.
I'll tell you what happened. The Ray Rice thing happened.
Yeah.
And it really bothered me seeing, because I'm a very, very logical person. So when people were talking about should Ray Rice be able to get his job back, I did the whole mathematical exercise, and what I came up with is yes. I believe, based on everything I knew, that it seems unfair to me that anyone could say to him that he's not allowed to have his job, when there are plenty of people in the NFL who do bad things. And I don't like it, but what I ultimately came up with is, if I did something terrible at work, would I get fired for it? Mm-hmm. And for the most part, I wouldn't. Unless so
you work as a college professor. So
right.
if you're on video, beating Dara up in an elevator.
Here's the thing. Let me be clear. That's terrible.
Right.
Right. And in my opinion, it is inexcusable. But my point is, I don't think I could be fired for that. I don't think, because my union contract, I'm a very proud member of my union. I believe that they would say he didn't do this at work.
Yeah.
If I don't believe I could be fired for that. I don't think. So here's my thing. My thing was, it's not fair that we make an example out of certain people when we get mad at them for certain things. But the other part of that is, the flip side of that is, I don't want to be supportive of systems that don't care about those kinds of things. Right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to support those systems, because I'm all about be consistent, be fair and honest to everyone. You know what I mean? So, I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so I'm not, I believe in my heart that all the things we heard about Ben Roethlisberger at the beginning of his career were true. And so then it made me think, like, well, I can't throw salt at what's his name? Ray
Rice.
Ray Rice. But then go to my Steeler games and cheer for my Steelers. And
was that hard for you to turn that off? I mean, you were a diehard.
I was a straight diehard.
Yeah, you weren't necessarily a diehard NFL fan, but Steelers fan certainly.
I've been a Steeler fan my whole life.
I remember you yelling at the screen and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah.
This. Yeah.
I would, when the Steelers would lose, I'd have a bad day. I would legitimately be upset. But then I was just like, I thought about it and I was like, what I've come to realize is that I believe that all people should live according to their values. Right? You live. Matter of fact, I heard this from Jay Paul. It's one of my favorite quotes. I forget who told me said this, but I heard him say, how you live is what you believe. The rest is just talk. And so I really chew on that, and I think to myself, all right, I just don't love the things that I see the NFL glorifying or look. I don't believe, matter of fact, I'll go beyond the NFL. I believe that America has an unhealthy relationship with football.
America has an unhealthy, I agree.
I believe that football culture is unhealthy. I believe
the same could be said about basketball, or no?
I mean, maybe if I did some research, I might find that, but it doesn't look like it to me. It looks like, to me, it looks like football. It looks like football is in a different position. But I think because of the whole aggression behind it,
probably,
and the way we sort of love and revere gladiator type people. But if you think about it, the standout football player starting in like 8th grade is treated differently. And I've just seen that become a problem a lot of times. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, I don't like what we do with football. I don't like the idea that we now know scientifically that these dudes bashing into each other is actually detrimental.
CTE.
Yeah. But we still do it and we like it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me.
Right.
And so when I think about, all right, well, my values say we shouldn't revere these gladiators and overlook the fact that they beat their wives and that they, blah, blah. And I don't think the best football player that ever lived should have more notoriety, money, fame, glory than the best teacher that ever lived. I don't think that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's backwards.
And so the only way for me to play out that value system, my value system, is to devalue the things that I want to devalue and value the things that I value, right? So the money that I used to spend, I'd try to go to a couple Steeler games a year, right? So you're talking, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. All right, so now I put that money into, like whatever foundations that I can find that are all about education. You know, I put it into political candidates that are talking about the right stuff.
Right.
Because that's me living according to my values. Because what I found is that a lot of people say, like, we value this, but the stuff that they really valuing is other stuff.
Yeah, it's different.
You know what I mean? So like we say, okay, so like for example, if you say that you value, you know, women's rights and you don't want abusers to get away with it and stuff like that, then how do you what do you do about the fact that
Ray Rice?
Yeah, all these when your favorite team comes on, you have to stop valuing that for a minute. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I look the other way and go to the game, even if I'm not wearing his jersey, I still value watching that game more than I value, because I'm not advocating for or donating time or money to any of the other issues that I'm saying I care about. So the only way we as a culture can make substantive change is action, do stuff, right? So if I say I value healthcare and education and political empowerment and generational wealth, those are the things. Those are my things. If I had to say, what are the things that I believe are most important? Those would be my things. Education, political power, generational wealth, and healthcare. That's my stuff. But if I don't ever donate to political campaigns of progressive people, if I don't ever, you know, donate to the foundations and community organizations that are carrying out the missions that I like, but meanwhile, we would take trips and go to football games.
Yeah, we would.
So you're spending $1,000 on a weekend. But if you would ask the average person, donate $1,000 to the ACLU, or they would be like, "Are you crazy?
Right?
What, are you dumb?"
Yeah.
So what that means is you value football more than you value justice and equality. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how you live.
Yeah.
And nobody would ever acknowledge that outwardly. Like, yes, I value my entertainment and watching dudes beat each other up more than I value educators.
Right.
And you know, the prospect of a safe and strong school for my kid. That nobody would ever say that.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is,
that's what the actions are showing.
your actions say otherwise. So I decided I don't need to preach about it. I'll just live it. That's the way I
walked away.
I just walked away.
I didn't get it with the Ray Rice thing, but
And then when
Kaepernick
when Colin Kaepernick, that whole thing happened, a lot of people said, I'm done with the NFL.
And that started for me. You said it was not a protest. It is not for me a protest right now, but when I was protesting, I was like, there's no way. But at the very beginning, I think that I had left the door open. I think what really made me walk, because I was a Giants fan, was when the Maras released their statement on the situation.
Who are the Maras?
The owners of the Giants. Okay. Right? So I think it was John Mara released his statement about basically, you know, alluding to Colin Kaepernick being disrespectful to the flag. That was it for me.
Oh.
If they would have handled that the right way,
you'd probably still be in it.
I might.
See, and what's interesting to me is now, I mean, I would rearrange a whole day. I would rearrange my travel plans.
Nothing gets planned.
Right.
From 12 o'clock on a Sunday until through the rest of the night. Right. Because I'm watching football the whole day.
I would never watch a game that didn't have the Steelers in it. I never did that.
I watched them all if I could.
But when thinking about that now, I can't imagine
giving up that time. Yeah.
Giving you 3 hours to just watch some other people play a game. I couldn't do it now. Today, it would feel so weird to me. Yeah. That would feel so weird to me. But I also know that I'm weird.
Yeah, you are.
I'm very weird, and I get that. But so for me now, like, to be like, you trying to watch this football game? How long is it? 3 hours? Nah, I'm good.
3.5, I think.
3.5 hours for a football game? No,
I think.
I could never do that. Now, I haven't forsaken all sports. So, I'm not a saint. I'm not holier than thou. I'll watch a boxing match and they're just beating each other to death. Some would argue, look at some of these heavyweight champs and
not just heavyweight, but you're talking about like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. And I agree. There's a degree of hypocrisy in there.
Yeah.
Because I took a stand. I said I'm done with football. But I mean, to tell you the truth, my time investment in any other sport was negligible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not a sports person.
What other sports did you watch?
I used to watch. I'll go to a baseball game now. I'll still go to a baseball game every now and again.
Not me. I would
once or twice. I would say probably every other year I catch a baseball game, because there's just nothing like me taking my son to a football game, being out there in the stadium.
Baseball, you mean?
Oh yeah. Did I say football?
You said football.
Yeah. No. To go to a baseball game, get some peanuts. But honestly, that's not about the game.
Yeah, right. It's just the whole environment.
I don't think I've ever stayed for the whole game.
Really?
Yeah, we just leave. We catch a little bit of the game and leave.
I've never watched a baseball game and never plan on watching a baseball game. They're so boring, man. They take too long to pitch the ball, man. Just throw the damn ball.
You don't know what
already.
you're talking about. You need to show some
Takes
respect.
too long.
Listen, show some respect for...
Like, they could be up there for 10 minutes. There's people that go up to bat and they're up there for 10 minutes and you haven't gotten anywhere
yet. It's a duel.
Yet.
Like every... That's
yeah,
see, I
like
love
a chess
that.
match, but I don't have time. It's not enough for me.
I just... Oh, my goodness. But that's because I just so enjoyed playing baseball.
Yeah, you understand it
right.
in a way that I don't, because
right.
I never played it.
Yeah,
I don't
understand. Not ever playing baseball.
Nah, stick ball, wiffle ball, but not baseball.
Not a game of baseball.
Football
no, I love
basketball
baseball.
were my only things.
No, and like I said, I stopped watching basketball when Magic lost to Jordan.
So you didn't watch any of these last NBA finals or playoffs?
I haven't seen a basketball game since Magic lost to Michael.
You should have watched those NBA playoffs.
Why?
Because they made a statement.
I mean, I appreciate the statement.
In a way that the NFL dropped
I
the ball.
Like when I pull up highlights and I see that like NBA players. It seems like NBA players are way more likely to have like on a I can't breathe shirt or something. When I see that kind of stuff, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Power to the people. But watching I wouldn't know who anybody is.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
That's the only thing that I don't like. I don't really know any of the players.
I don't know who to root for.
Tremendous, just the beauty of it.
You know what I'd rather watch? This is gonna show my stripes. I'd rather watch golf.
I would never do that. I would rather watch baseball than golf.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can watch golf because
I'm not watching.
I'm trying to learn. I'm watching golf to see what they're doing. Like try to pick up like how do they do that? Golf is so hard.
Yeah, it is.
But see, I enjoy things that are very, very challenging. I want to be mentally stimulated.
I mean, but that's every sport. Like basketball is 90% mental here. Like you're talking about, I think the best athletes in the world are basketball players. The most athletic, you have to be extremely
because they be
gifted.
running around. But what about soccer?
Here's the thing. Yeah.
That's a lot of running. If I tried to play a soccer game, I would pass away.
It is. It's a lot of running. But basketball, the amount of skill that it takes to be able to handle the ball.
Yeah, I agree. It's ridiculous.
To see the court. That's a lot.
Listen, I can't. If my defender could just go sit down.
And let you dribble the ball.
He'd be like, everybody, Rube got the ball. Hey,
everybody back up.
Everybody back up.
Yeah.
let this man work.
Yeah.
You might you liable to get points. You think
just
I'm playing?
You have the ball.
Listen, this is no lie. If you want to know into the mind of Dr. Brock, remember that basketball game we played for
Ty's birthday?
It might have been 9, maybe.
Oh yeah.
But when we played that game, they got all the adults to like play a little pickup game of basketball
against the kids.
Yeah. I couldn't sleep for like 3 days after that.
Why?
Because of how bad I played and how embarrassed I was. You think
Really?
I'm lying? Everybody just kind of let it slide because everybody's like, "Oh, that's just rude. That's Doc Brock. That's funny." There was a point where I didn't know who had the ball, and I just was trying to be helpful. Listen, I was on the sidelines. I had been subbed out, I think, but I saw somebody coming down the court, and I was like, I should stop him. I wasn't even in the game.
What was you thinking about? What were you trying to do?
I don't know, Danny. Listen, if you try to get me to do something athletic,
But the thing is, that what's funny about that was you are extremely athletic. You can jump. You're super fast.
Yes. But my ability to understand the fundamental, like, of any sport other than baseball. I love and understand baseball. Everything else, it's about to break down.
Really?
I mean, here's the thing. I could have been good at football.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been a good running back. My speed, yeah. But I don't think like an athlete. I want to sit and I want to analyze it. You hand me the ball and be like, run up the middle. Let's talk about that for a second. I mean, what does it really mean if I, you know what I mean? Because if I hit him and he falls down, I feel like he might be demoralized, and I don't want to do that to him. And so
funny.
Let's just talk about it. Can we hug it out?
You know what's funny? We never raced, man. Who was faster, you or me?
Depends on when. If you at 18,
20.
I would have. At 20, I think you would have beat me in a race. At 18, I would have beat you.
Oh, you were done at that point. I was starting to come into mine.
Right. You started to come in. You were a late bloomer.
We raced one time. Do you remember it?
No.
You pulled up with a hammy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
It was at a track, but I don't remember which. Maybe Wash
it was at Washington's
Why
track.
were we there?
Just
Working
trying to get back in shape. Yeah. Every now and again, I haven't done it in a very long time, but ever since, because I was an athlete when I was young. I loved sports.
Yeah.
And so after age 18, high school, I'm done with sports. Every few years since then, I would just have a desire to get it back. Because that was part, it becomes a part of your identity.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so a nerd now that when that's why I've stopped trying. Whenever I say I'm going hard, I'm going to get it back, I get hurt.
Yeah.
I end up getting hurt.
It takes too much to.
Yeah, it's not worth it to me.
Now. That's why I stopped playing.
I fundamentally believe this. My mind is strong enough that it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But do you think right now you could beat Ruben in a race?
Yes.
Really? Yeah. Right now? If y'all went outside?
Yeah.
Is he fast?
No, that's a function of his lack of athleticism, not mine.
Really?
Yeah. But I think he does that on purpose. He doesn't want to be an athlete. I think he embraced.
Yeah, he rebels.
Yeah. Because he was actually pretty good when he was young.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You can see he has a lot of.
Yeah, and what he can do on it, what he can do on a stage, you can tell he has great kinesthetic intelligence, but he doesn't want to use it for sports, which is interesting to me. Because when I was his age, all I wanted to do was show you my physical prowess. I used to walk around with my shirt off in high school.
I could not understand how somebody so skinny could have all that chest, all those six-pack.
Danny, man, it was the greatest thing ever. I'd be like, I just walk around, just
how
literally.
Much did you weigh?
I weighed 150 pounds. I was 158.
150?
158.
In high school?
I graduated at 158. Yep.
Damn. You know what? I graduated my ID when I went into basic training. So that was right after high school. After graduation, I was 130 pounds.
Nuh-uh.
Mm-hmm. But then, so I had 8 weeks of basic and then 10 weeks of my MOS training. Do not ask me to tell you what MOS stands for because I cannot remember. But that was my skills training.
Okay.
The card that they issued me after that graduation, I was 155.
Jeez.
Yep.
I've always wanted to do basic training. And in fact, I almost enlisted in the Navy,
yeah,
right?
I remember you years after you graduated.
Oh, yeah. This was probably...
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
It was 10 years ago. Yeah, it was 20... Let me think. 2010, 2011?
Mm-hmm.
I attempted to enlist.
You actually went?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because Obama was the president.
Oh, that's right. That is
I was reporting
stupid.
for duty. You elected my dude. Here I am.
Man, what? I forgot.
Where you need me to go, sir?
Why? But what?
Yeah, dead serious too.
So what happened?
The dude talked me out of it. The recruiter was like, "Don't do that."
I mean, why would you do that? I mean,
I just now
answered
told
the
you.
question, but that just doesn't. Nah.
But I have always had this profound need and desire to help people, and it gets like overboard sometimes. I'm like, I want to help.
Irrational, you could say.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
I was gonna go. We were at war. I think we were in like Iraq or something like that. And the dude was like, "Listen, if you get out of school and enlist in the service, you'll be a Navy psychologist.
Yeah,
you will go to the front lines.
Yeah, they're gonna need you."
He was like, "I can't do that to you, brother."
Yeah,
I swear that's what happened. I was going, and he told me not to. He was like, "Nah."
That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's his job to get me to go.
Yeah,
and he told me not to, and the rest is history. And then Obama got done, and we elected Beelzebub. And I was like, well, I'm cool now.
Yeah, imagine serving.
No,
under that dude.
I won't. Thank you though.
They're actually doing this impeachment hearings.
Is
tomorrow.
it really happening?
That's tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
He's gonna get off.
No doubt.
Yeah. There's
He's
no
walking.
question.
I said that from the beginning. He's
Yeah.
Teflon. That's the Teflon Dawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's tough. I mean,
it's not that he's tough. It's that the system is broken.
Yeah. I mean, but he's managed to weasel his way out of everything.
Yeah.
But also, obviously, a result of a broken system.
It's just a broken system.
Yeah. You know, this was supposed to be the Super Bowl edition.
We were supposed to talk about the Super Bowl. But here's the thing, though. That is evidence of my values.
But mine, too, because I don't.
Yeah.
You watched how much of the game?
0. I watched no minutes.
None. I turned it on probably halfway through the Weeknd's performance, which I saw people talking shit, but I thought it was pretty good from what I saw.
Really?
You like the Weeknd?
Huh?
You don't mess with the Weeknd?
I mean, there are songs that I'm like, that's a good song. I don't need the Weeknd. I'm cool.
Really? I love the Weeknd. I like his 80s synth pop style that he's got.
I mean, I get it.
I'm digging that big time.
I mean, I like it. It's
I don't
nice,
like everything that he does.
But I mean, I've never like. No, I think I have one of his songs on like a playlist on my computer. One.
That's not enough. Do you know which one it is? Starboy.
You Deserve It or something like that. It was on the 50 Shades soundtrack.
Yeah, that's the weakest one. So you don't like Starboy or Blinding Lights?
Nah, I'm cool.
Have you heard them?
I've heard some of it, but I don't remember the Starboy. What is it?
Starboy. I mean, that's old.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, but it's good.
I just I'm cool, but I'm a very big nerd though.
Yeah, like, but you're also
I'm into music, but
time.
I tend to like the stuff that's a little bit left of center. That's what I tend to like. You know who I'm into more than anything on earth right now? Her.
Yeah, but she's not left of center.
You don't think?
She's right where the Weeknd is.
No. No, he's more popular than her. He's more mainstream.
He's been
than
around
her.
longer.
He's more mainstream than her. But I love her music.
Yeah, she did a post Super Bowl performance.
Oh, really?
There was a lot of them though, like Jasmine Sullivan, Alicia Keys.
See, I like smooth, soulful, like laid back music.
Me too, but that's why I feel like the Weeknd, he fits right in there.
Yeah, but he'll have a song that I can put on my playlist every now and again. But I feel like some of his stuff is more like it's a little bit too poppy for me. I mean. But I also don't pay a lot of attention to his music. So,
but I was saying,
all right.
I asked you, or you said you didn't watch any
None.
None of it.
Not a single
I
second.
turned it on about halfway through his performance, and then I turned it off after the commercial and forgot that it was on. So by the time I turned it back on, it was in the middle of the fourth quarter, and they were just beating them down. So I watched a few plays, but that was it. That was the extent.
Do you miss it?
Never. What I do miss is the time that I used to spend with Jamal, Rasul, B. Walls, Randy down in the basement.
Right.
That I miss sometimes, but not the football itself, nah. No.
The only thing I miss is having something in common with people. That's really
it's
the
a
only
nice connection to have with people.
Yeah. Because, you know, when like
Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you're a Steeler fan around here, you instantly have a bunch of friends.
Not just Steeler fan, man. If you watch football,
well, yeah, that's true.
You can get along with 98% of the people.
And even if
here.
your team, like we didn't have the same team, but that's still a bonding experience. And we like the trip to New York, watching that game. That was fun. It's legitimately fun.
Yeah.
So I get why people do it.
But you can have fun doing other things.
That's what my thing is.
Like I don't miss it.
My thing is you can have fun doing anything you want, and I want to value the things that I want to value. But that means what I found in my life is that means you're going to stand alone a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because you know I always make this joke. I have my man cave, but nobody ever comes to my man cave because I don't do man stuff. You know what I mean? But this is literally what happened. This past weekend, I asked him if he wanted to come over and watch a documentary.
A documentary. Yeah, you did.
I did. That's me. That's who I am. But that's me being me. I want to sit and watch documentaries. I want to sit and read books. I would rather have a book club than watch football.
Did you start that Obama book yet?
No.
I just started it today.
Is it good? You just started.
I just started, the first chapter. Yes.
Listen, there's way too many books on my list to read right now.
I know, there's so many.
It's ridiculous.
I see you got a stack of them at your
There's
feet.
a stack right there, and there's literally 3 stacks on my nightstand. 3 different stacks of books, 3 different subjects. I just consume information all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I just don't have time. I don't even know how anybody does that. Like, sit and watch several hours of football?
Yeah. Not just several hours, man. I would spend the whole day.
Yeah. I couldn't even begin to do that.
I gave up my whole Sunday for football.
No, I'm not doing that.
Has the NFL ever tried to make it right? I'm talking about with Kaepernick.
I feel like there was a point where they did something where they they said they were going to put so much money into like community
Malcolm
engagement.
Jenkins was working stuff out with them.
Yeah.
So they were.
But I mean, nothing impressive.
Nah. They did come out with a statement.
But here's the thing. And I believe this with all my heart. They won't until everybody does what I did.
Yeah. Step away.
Yeah. If everybody was just like, all right, I'm cool. You know, it was fun.
Yeah.
But I'm going to holler at y'all.
But I'm still kind of upset that they dropped the ball. They had an opportunity to do the right thing.
To do it right.
And
yeah,
how could you not see that? That's the part that frustrates me.
If you have an industry that's built on the backs of predominantly black men.
Yeah.
Literally, the industry is built on the backs of these men. First of all, you should be the first one on the front line fighting for the rights of the average black man on principle, because you have exploited enough of us that you just kind of owe us that.
Yeah.
But you definitely can't then be part of the system that stifles and oppresses us.
They just dropped the ball.
But the fact of the matter is, yes, they can.
And they did.
They did, and they will be able to continue to do all of that. It's like any system. All the systems that oppress us, all we got to do is stop supporting those systems. It's really not that difficult. It's really not deep.
They did that, but they did make some adjustments, though, right? I mean, with
To
respect
what?
to the Star Spangled Banner, and I think they allowed them to stay in the locker room.
Yeah, you can
if
stay in
they
the locker
opted to
room.
Stay in the, yeah.
But think about that.
Yeah.
You can
That's whack.
choose. You can choose to exercise your right and not stand.
Yeah, but if you're going to be out here,
But
you're going to be
you
standing.
stay in the locker room with that. We don't want your convictions out here.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I mean, honestly though, why are we still singing the Star Spangled Banner in the first damn place? That's the most, I think that's ludicrous. I don't know anybody that looks forward to the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, no, you're not looking forward to the Star Spangled Banner unless like Whitney Houston.
Unless Whitney's singing it.
And then it's not because it's the Star Spangled Banner. It's because you want to hear Whitney sing.
Yeah.
It's a gimmick.
It is a gimmick.
And anyone who acts like they don't know that is fooling themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a flat out lie. You don't realize that this is just a game. It's a silliness.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even a thing. Like, not even that long ago.
I can't remember the year. But
it was like not a thing at all. And then all of a sudden, the military invested a bunch of money
to try to get people to sign up.
Right. And now you want to act like it's this patriotic thing. This is business.
That's all it is.
It's as simple as that.
Yep.
And so if one of these businessmen decides to use their platform to protest it, so be it.
Right. Yeah.
Let it be what it is. You're exploiting everybody for money anyway. Who are you to tell me what I can and can't do?
We got it so backwards.
And people kill me with that nonsense about how it's disrespectful to the military and the blah, blah, blah. That literally is not a logical statement.
You fix your tongue to make those words.
Yeah. It doesn't even make sense.
Nah.
The basic rules of logic, it doesn't make sense.
Not at all.
Right?
No.
I didn't mention the military. The military doesn't enforce anything about your need or want to stand up. So how you just pulled that out? You just pulled it out. You know what? I think you're disrespecting my mama. That's exactly what it means. Right. It's the same thing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. One does not have anything to do with the other.
No. People are just so damn mad.
And then when you ask him, well, why'd you do that? He told you. Why can't you just listen to him?
And you just brushed that right off. Like he didn't say it.
You went on about your business like he didn't say it. You just made some other stuff up?
Yeah.
Instead of using what he actually said?
But then, I mean, you take what he says and then you try to make excuses for that as well.
But yeah, that's the thing, because
wouldn't run away, you
that's what
shot.
Kills me is that these people who talk about it's disrespectful, they don't actually want to even address what was actually said.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, all right, you can be mad, you can be frustrated all you want, but can we talk about my issue for a second?
Right.
Just for like 5 seconds. Can we just talk about my issue?
Right.
And they're like, no. And that's why I'm just like, skip it.
I mean, but they got excuses for everything. Because even if you get into a conversation with them, you're going to hear he shouldn't have resisted. He shouldn't have run. He shouldn't have been selling drugs.
You trying to get me mad.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And it's all ridiculous. But here's the thing. My thing is, that's why I say everybody should live according to their values. And so when I say I value education and political empowerment and social justice, then I need to put my time and my money into that.
Yeah.
So, I don't listen. Anybody that loves the Super Bowl or loves football and watches football, I ain't mad at you. Everybody should do what they want to do. That's not where my value system is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, putting that kind of time into watching other people play a game, right away that takes it off the table. But then on top of that, when I don't love the culture that surrounds that game, now I really got to back out.
See, that's the part that gets me. I still like the idea of being entertained by competition and your athleticism versus his or her athleticism.
Right.
I like that part. But
that's why I'm saying piece. That's why I'm saying, like, I'll watch golf, I'll watch I'm
Boxing.
not even opposed to watching a basketball game.
Yeah.
But I'm saying from my perspective, and nobody asked me my opinion, but from my perspective, I believe America's attitude toward football is dangerous.
Unhealthy.
Extremely. Yeah. The way you revere, think about it. We revere a high school quarterback.
Yeah. Put a lot of pressure on him. Yeah.
To the point where I've heard plenty of stories. I've had clients who were star athletes and literally were just kind of like passed through school. Never had to do anything.
Remember Charles Mann? He couldn't read.
Yeah. And
They passed him, and he said, they passed me all the way through.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that, to me, is detrimental to our culture, our society. Because what happens is you got these 19-year-olds who become superstars.
Yep.
And
because someone's making money off of them. And then when they're done, you just toss them away.
And so I'm like, I'm not a big fan of that system. So if I'm engaged in it, then I'm helping it.
Yeah.
And again, it's not a protest. It's not a, like, I don't have a sign. I don't stand out in front of the game and try to get anyone to turn the TV off. But you're not getting my money.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could choose, if it's up to me, the Steelers will win the Super Bowl every year. But that's nostalgia. I'm not invested in it in any way. But if I had to choose, the Steelers would win every year. The Pirates would win every year because it's home team. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like it's a feel good feeling. Heck, when the Penguins, when the Penguins do good, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I have literally never seen a Penguins game. No, that's a lie. I watched Lemieux. Last time I watched the Penguins game was at Tiffany Keenan's house when this was like 1993 or something like that.
Here's an interesting fact about myself. I've never seen a live goal scored. So watched the game and saw somebody score live. Never.
Really?
Never. Not one time. Nope.
Then
only highlights.
You had to have turned the game off too quick then.
I don't watch it.
Well, there you go.
I can't watch hockey. Never had an interest.
How many black people are in hockey? There's like 2, I think.
I don't know. There's more now.
You think?
I think.
Somebody out there in the comments, tell me how many black people are in hockey. What do you think about sports? Do you watch sports? Did you give up on the sport? There's a lot of people who gave up on football because they were mad that the NFL wasn't hard enough on
the protesters.
Yeah,
I know.
So on either side of it, did you give up on it? Did you go back? How do you feel about it? If you did give it up, do you miss it? I personally don't miss it. And I legitimately have no idea how I had time to watch football back then. I don't think I could find the time to do that right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we talked about literally nothing important today. So
yeah, we really didn't. I mean, because we didn't even talk about COVID and its relationship.
Oh yeah, how did they manage that?
Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't know how many people
was it
James Stadium typically holds, but
was
I think
it packed?
There were 25,000 people there. So that's like I said, I don't know how many.
That has to be less than full capacity.
Oh, it is. It is certainly, but I don't know.
That that in and of itself doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
You're telling me I got to be careful and I shouldn't be going out to eat and whatever, but
so it holds roughly 66,000.
And they had 25,000.
25. Yeah.
So it's less than half capacity, but still, that's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And I'm sure they didn't COVID test everybody before they walked in the door.
No.
But at any rate, I'm interested to know everybody's opinion on my opinion of sports. Because I feel like a lot of people get mad when I talk about sports because it sounds like I'm kind of like
talking down.
Yeah, like a little bit elitist. Like, oh, this dude is too good for football. And I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying I believe everybody should live according to their values. And living according to your values means spending your time and your money on the stuff that matters to you.
And if that's football, that's
and
football.
There's nothing wrong. Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Whatever you like is what you should pay attention to.
Right.
I'm about to buy these books.
You're crazy, though.
All right, so I feel like we got nothing done today, but that's a good thing because sometimes you just got to sit around and do nothing.
Keep it light.
Oh, and tell us who's the greatest athlete of all time.
It is not Tom Brady.
You don't think?
No, but I wanted to ask you this. Which position in any sport do you think takes the most athletic ability?
First of all, I'm the wrong person to ask this question.
But
I know the sports.
Generally, yes.
But what I'm saying is, I'm a firm believer in expertise.
All right. Well, in your opinion, I'm not. I mean, there's no right answer.
Yeah, I
so-
agree. I'm going with shortstop.
Shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You just have to have a lot of ability to move. The ball can come at you at any second. You got to be able to turn that double play. I mean, right now, Jack. And
I never considered shortstop.
Oh,
I can see
yeah.
how you could make that argument, but
Derek
I think
Jeter, it's a beast.
yeah. I think though,
Is that more athleticism than Michael Jordan had? I don't know, but
that's a good question. But listen to this one.
all right, go ahead.
Cornerback.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
You have to react and respond to
See,
everything.
and I agree with you on that because that was my position. I played corner.
Yeah.
And you got the most athletic person on the team running, and you got to respond to what he does.
Yes, you
That's
do.
very difficult.
It's very difficult.
If you get beat, it's a wrap.
You're done. You put you on an island. You have to be able to move left, right,
Yeah.
forward, backwards.
Yeah.
You got to be able to catch. You got to.
But
be able
that's
to
what
knock down.
when I say shortstop, it's the same thing. You
Yeah.
got to be able to move laterally, stop on the dime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. And cornerback is the same thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like Serena Williams could say the same thing.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, running around like
Constant.
that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, my opinion, she got a real strong argument for greatest athlete ever. And I feel like that what I dislike is that nobody ever says that. Because we're biased. We're
Yeah, we
biased.
are.
Yeah, there's a bias in
Yeah.
sports.
And to be honest, most people are not ever going to consider a tennis player.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because
And
we don't relate to tennis.
That's what yeah, exactly.
in that way.
But is she not more dominant than,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's my thing is always be even, be consistent.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I'm interested to see who the people say are the best athlete.
So
It can't be Tom Brady.
there you go.
That's
If it's Tom
crazy.
Brady, he gonna be mad. But that's all we got for today. I hope you enjoyed our ramblings. But I'm here with Danny Miller. I'm Dr. Ruben Brock. And this is House Call.
I could actually make a case for Tom Brady. If you're talking, if I can get out of my mind,
he's ridiculous.
If you have to be able to remove from your mind that we're not necessarily talking about the person who jumps the highest or runs the fastest,
Right.
but the person who dominated their position.
That's what I want. I would want to know who's the most dominant ever.
Shaquille O'Neal.
I can see that argument.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq was dominant. Wilt Chamberlain was dominant.
LeBron.
Is he dominant?
Still. You know how much money he spends a year on his body,
Really?
taking care of his body? How much do you think?
$500,000.
A full $1 million
Really?
every year. Yep. You're talking about like cryotherapy.
Yeah.
All of that, man.
I want to make one of them $1 million a year.
Mm.
Cause he's spending $1 million a year.
On just his body.
Can I make
just
one of them $1
upkeep.
million, please?
He's spending $1 million on maintenance.
But I
Really.
respect LeBron because he stays in the streets doing good stuff. That's what I care
Talking
about.
He built a school, man.
That's what I care about. I don't care. Like,
He's
don't
my
get me wrong.
all-time favorite athlete.
You being really good at a sport, that's cool. But let's be honest.
Yeah,
Come on, how important is that?
yeah. When you can't dribble anymore, when your legs
Even
don't
when you
work.
even when you can dribble.
But what I'm saying is none of that matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You
See,
need.
that I want to live based on what actually matters.
Mhm.
And in my opinion, my second grade teacher had way more impact on my life than Terry Bradshaw, but I revered Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, but that's gonna be forever. I mean,
It doesn't have to be though. There are cultures where that's not true.
but this is America.
But America's broken. That's my point. My point is America's broken.
It is.
It is.
On
On
just
every
about
level. America's completely broken.
every level.
And I'll say it again. I said it a long time ago. America's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I stand behind that. America's a bad idea.
Here's the thing, though. You know what's crazy? Like the writers of the Constitution.
Ooh, I'm about to get yelled at. I'm supposed to go get the
we should
baby.
go. But still, They wrote a pretty good document, man. The Constitution. They had a good idea in place.
It was a good
Take
idea.
all the other
It's a
stuff-
flawed idea and a flawed execution.
Yes.
But it was a solid foundation.
Solid.
But here's the thing. What they meant for us to do was keep working on it.
Yes.
And we don't do that anymore.
Nah, we just stopped.
Right.
You wrote all this shit in 1776. You wrote all that shit and you're not going to update it?
Come on now.
Come on.
My computer updates every other day.
Every day. My phone is constantly updating.
Like I'll be getting them notifications
Yeah.
tonight at midnight or
Yeah.
whatever. You're going to restart your computer because we got to update.
Yeah. You got to keep up, man. That's what I'm saying.
But we still got racism. Come on now.
I would straight update the Constitution if
Come
it was
on.
up to me. I would do it.
Listen, I got edits right now.